Can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What is going on, Canes fam? I am Matty Ice. He is Canex, and we are joined by a very special guest, our boy Max. If you guys don't know Max, I don't even know if this is like top secret still. Or
Nope.
If we can talk about it, Max. It's not, right?
It's not top secret anymore.
I don't believe it's top secret.
Okay, it's not top secret. I'm just gonna roll with it. If I get in trouble, then whatever.
We'll
Both
deal with
Max
the blowback. It's fine.
both Max and I are going to be contributors for the OBB Legend. So, you know, we wanted to have them on to talk some Canes baseball, but I mean, we're going to talk all sports tonight, apparently. So
Absolutely.
it's going to be a busy night. How you feeling, Max?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Pretty good, man. Just chilling. Got off work, you know. It's always the best when it's a Friday. You get off work, you have the weekend, and then I get to talk some Canes, man. That's what I'm ready for.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm excited, and you know where this time next week we'll be hopefully done with the game. Hopefully we can close out Townsend pretty quickly. But you know, if not, it's Friday. I don't care.
Yeah, man.
That's right. That's right.
So we got 3 sports to talk about. I thought we could start with football. Caniacs, we haven't done a show in a couple weeks now, right?
Last week?
Oh, we did one last. Well, that was the interview, right?
Yes,
That's
the
different.
Eric
That's
Swoop.
different.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. Stop trying to make me feel like I'm forgetting stuff. Okay, you're the old one. Okay,
Gotcha.
So obviously, man, recruiting ended at a high. Finished with the 15th ranked recruiting class, I think, per 247. Highest rated class in Florida. Shout out to all the haters at FSU, Florida. We got some screenshots we'll bring up here in a little bit that I want to go over. But man, as a Canes fan, you got to be excited. You know, Mario did this in a shortened offseason, you know, got hired late. What are you guys looking forward to, man? How excited are you for this program in terms of just recruiting?
I mean, personally, I'm pumped. Like you went out, you stole Josh Gaddis. You got a die. I haven't quite gotten the proper pronunciation on the DB coach out of Georgia, but
You just won the national championship.
yeah, exactly. And he also signed 4 5-stars. And
From where did he sign them from?
North Florida, Jacksonville to be specific.
Yeah.
Which we haven't had a guy lock down Jack since Todd Hartley left.
Right.
And he gave us Will Mallory, and that was about the extent of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pumped. Like, I know everybody's like gun shy with the whole Gaddis and Michigan running, you know, a power offense and running the ball more than throwing it. But I mean, he seems to be willing and able to adjust to the talent around him. You know, look at what he did at Penn State. I mean, he had Trace McSorley just slinging it, even with Saquon in the backfield. Like, so he can adjust. He worked at Bama. Obviously, he's got that tie. So I think that's not as big of a concern as people think it is. He'll adjust to the talent, and I feel like if you listen to Mario the last 2 weeks from signing day and a couple of like individual interviews, he's very cool with going balanced, but he's also willing to ride the hot hand, whether it be throwing the ball or running it. So, and
Absolutely.
with Mirabal, bringing in recruits, plus the transfer portal with the O-lineman, plus, mustache, running strength and conditioning.
Right.
Juicy,
And
juicy.
Exactly.
Like we've heard, I mean, everybody's got their own personal nutritionist and strength coach, it feels like. So we should be good to go.
Yeah, and I think it's funny you mentioned it when there was like this initial reaction. I think it was a very like small minority of Canes fans that as soon as we hired like Gaddis, they're like, "Oh my God, we're only running the ball. Like we were gonna run the triple option or something. Like we were Georgia Tech." And I was like,
like what's up, Tom Osborne? Wait, wishbone.
Yeah, they had 3,000 yards rushing and throwing. So it's like let's calm down a little bit here. But I'm trying to remember, like, and obviously I'm a younger Canes fan, but like, when's the last time we had a staff like this, like qualified? Like we haven't even talked about the DC. Kevin Steele comes from Auburn, 38 years of coaching or something like that.
Yeah, I was even in my Matt.
Yeah, I was in my dad's balls at that time. Like shit, man. Freaking 10 years in the SEC as a defensive coordinator. I mean, like. It's insane. And the other thing I want to see too, I don't know if you guys saw this in an interview. I can't remember where it was, but Kevin Steele had mentioned that they're going to run a 4-3, right? And that was like kind of a concern that some people had, are we switching to a 3-4? Like what's going on? But he did also say like it depends on personnel and stuff. Did that kind of put you guys at ease? Were you concerned about it or what were your guys' thoughts on that, Max?
I mean, I love it. Listen, I live in Charlotte. I've lived in the South half my life at this point. Anybody who pronounces program as program, trust me, you can trust them. Like Kevin Steele's a good old South Carolina country boy, and he knows football. Like, yeah, I got to do 63. He's closer to AARP than, being able to run his first car, but it's fine. He's got experience. Look at who he's coached under. You have to trust the fact that like he knows what he's talking about. I honestly, personally, I'm super pumped for both him and Gaddis from a recruiting perspective. Living in the Carolinas, being that Gaddis is a Wake Forest grad and a North Carolina native, and Steele is a Dillon, South Carolina native, with multiple family members coaching in South Carolina. I think it'll be huge. Like Jaleel Skinner may just be the tip of the iceberg as far as this, cracking into South Carolina, because there's a ton of good high school football that people don't talk about. Obviously, like we're a Florida program, but there's plenty of good high school football talent up here. So I think that's huge.
Yeah. Something I thought that was interesting too. When Steele was at Auburn, I saw something that Pro Football Focus graded Auburn as finishing in the top 5 and tackling 3 times when he was a DC. I mean, we can only improve in that regard, right? We're being the worst tackling team in college football. I don't think you can get worse than that, right?
Yeah,
I don't think that's possible, right?
The press conference
can only
you're
go
talking about. Yeah, what you're talking about the normal weekly coaches press conference that the Hurricanes have. And he did say they were going 4-3. He did say they're going to be definitely improving on tackling, because that's one thing, I don't know if it was a shot or not, but it sounded like a shot at the previous regime.
It's literally a fact, though. Like
true. I mean, exactly. It was a total fact. But I mean, and he did say that we need to upgrade some positions. So he just needs to do some more evaluation, and spring game is going to do a lot of that. But I'm really excited. With both coaches, because I mean we upgraded so much in every position now. If we can just lock down the linebacker position, I'll be.
I think we're still gonna get some portal additions too. So this roster is not 100% set. So I'm really interested in seeing what the moves are as well.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Max, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I apologize. Do you have a preference? Do you have a wish list as far as it comes to LB? Like if we're actually taking coach and not just letting Steele, dictate. Did you guys see that? That reminds me. Did you see the smoke of T. Will
maybe coming to Miami again? Is that what you were getting at?
That's
what?
exactly what I was getting at. That's,
Yeah.
Really?
I think I'm pumped. Like, if that happens, I mean, I trust Steele personally. Like, listen, the dude's been coaching longer than I've been alive.
Right.
I 100% trust his thought process and his, thinking on that. But like he said, he trusts Mario. So however it shakes out, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. But to get T-Will back and to get him to take his old job back after being a DC at UCF, like, just the gotcha factor is high.
Right?
Well, we took freaking Frank Ponce, and he's the QB coach. Like, and he was a coordinator. Like,
and a highly successful coordinator, G5
Yeah.
or not, like, app puts up points.
oh, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we almost
Right.
lost to them. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Twice.
we made Chase
And-
Bryce look like a capable quarterback.
We did, and it may just be me living in the South too long. Chase Bryce was legit. Like, if T-Law wasn't a thing, that kid's a 3-year starter at Clemson.
Mm.
He just happened to come along at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got you, man. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to circle back on something, Caniacs. I referenced this earlier. So I love receipts on Twitter. I love when you can go back, look at, when people say shit. So there's a couple tweets that I saw before. Some of these were like, right before early signing period, like somewhere like December, I think, and stuff from different fan bases in Florida.
Are we going to name this? Are we going to make this
I don't
a
know.
thing? We should make this a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, we should name it, get music to it, the whole 9 yards.
I know it'd be funny. I'm down
Definitely
for that,
should be a
honestly.
segment.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think so.
But let's just go ahead.
Oh, we're
and do
covering
this.
Max up. Uh-oh.
We good?
Oh, sorry, Max.
You good?
Oh, I
Okay,
can't
here we
move
go. Are you serious? FSU is clearly in better position. They just beat Miami while rebuilding and have 4 blue chip linemen coming. Blue chip QB and a top 3 DB. Is that about Travis Hunter? Because
it.
That's exactly what that was in reference to.
yeah, he's not there. And better recruiting classes. Huh? That doesn't seem right. I don't think they do.
No.
Miami literally had multiple head coaches in 2 months ago.
It's true. We did.
Sorry,
did.
Joe Mama. You're a certified clown.
That's it. Oh,
you
yeah.
look
I
like
gotta
a
get
fool now, bro.
it. Woo!
Bring on the next one. We got another one. Oh, here
Here
we
we
go.
go.
This one's good. Miami fans are so delusional. LOL. Football infrastructure. First UF, second FSU, distant third UM. Bro, these guys had to get help getting some shitters. Like, are you kidding me? What? How? In what world?
Oh, my
I was
God,
talking to
that's
Caniacs about
funny.
this. For like 10 cents a day, you can sponsor a fucking FSU fan that needs to take a shit.
That's
like-
it. Sponsored TP for the day.
They're just waiting for the Sarah McLaughlin background music. That's all we're looking for. In the arms of an angel.
That's it. That's it.
It's
All right, and the
terrible,
last
man.
one for the
Oh,
day.
there's one more, yeah.
But yeah, this is probably the best one.
Oh yeah, from a UCF fan, right? Yeah. You better be concerned. The old days are over, and now the next gen is here. It's now. UCF is already out recruiting both UF and Miami. UCF in a P5 conference, especially better than the ACC, will be a nightmare for Miami. UF and FSU will be fine. Miami is shit out of luck, though.
Oh,
Yerp.
my God. What conference are they going to?
I don't know. That guy thinks they have like 5 national championships, though. Not even just
Right,
one, dude.
exactly,
Fucking Looney
exactly.
Tunes, bro.
Yeah, we got to name that and get. Yeah, we got to work on that. That's funny.
Oh man,
I like
that
that.
was good. Oh my god, but yeah,
Gotta love it.
I lost my train of thought, man.
No,
I
I was so
sometimes.
ready to talk. I was so ready to talk about this because I'm like, oh my
No,
god, I can't believe people actually.
The
tweet
only
these
reason they
out.
have so many people is because they get a bunch of Northerners who go to Disney a bunch growing up because they're loaded, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Orlando," and then they realize UCF's on the complete other side of town, nowhere close to Disney. Like, that's a lie.
Oh man, yeah, but I don't know where to
moving
go.
service. Here we come.
I don't know where to go from there. Do we want to talk baseball? Do we want to talk hoops? What do we want to do here, boys?
We can go diamond. We can go court. Whatever.
Let's do it. Hey, you guys want to start talking about some baseball, and I can just sit here and chill because I have no
that's
idea
fine.
what we're talking about.
We'll ride with it.
Go ahead. Let's ride.
So go ahead and lead
Max?
in. Nah,
go ahead, Max. Take it away, man. You got it.
So, I mean, we've got, relatively down year.
I feel like we just put him on a stage. I feel like we just put him on a stage and we're like, dance, monkey.
No, that's fine. We're down year for Miami fans, not down year for a normal program. I mean, we did make a regional. We were second in Gainesville. Well, second seed. We didn't play like a second seed, hence why we got bounced. So, but it's a young team. It's a good year. We've got a ton of talent. I mean, obviously, Yo-Yo Morales, who is a shortstop by trade, but because of, having another young shortstop and Dominic Patelli, as a little person myself, huge fan of him, all 5'7" of them on a good day in heels. But he's an incredible defender. But, I mean, Yo-Yo, coming off, he hit 284 last year with 11 bombs and 45 ribbies. So he's gonna be the focal point of the offense. Probably, hit 3-hole, maybe clean up between him and Carlos Perez. And then, staff wise, we did lose Victor Medeiros to Oklahoma State, which personally sucks because I think the kid's got a ton of potential, but it happens. Welcome to transfer life.
Right.
I think we'll be fine. We've got a couple of young arms I'm really excited about. Alejandro Rosario is a second-year sophomore, true sophomore. He had an okay rookie year, freshman campaign. He's slotted as the Friday night guy. I think the kid's going to be electric. He's, sitting about mid-90s velo, good curve, good change. The interesting thing is there's a lot of talk that Carson Palmquist is going to join the rotation. He was a bullpen guy he's a third-year COVID sophomore. Lefty was an All-American last year out of the pen, 75 Ks and 44.5 innings pitched. Just absolutely electric. Personally, I prefer he stay in the pen, but, if Gino believes that's best for the team, then hopefully he keeps it up. I honestly don't like it, but whatever. If I trust Gino, told otherwise. More I trust JG Artiga because, he's been here a long time. He knows the pressure of being in the rotation himself during his own playing career. So it'll be good. Got a young team. We've got behind the plate, we've got a transfer from Vanderbilt, Maxwell Romero, who is a South Florida native who last year I want to say had 4 bombs and 14 ribbies and limited action with Vandy, but came on late in the season. Between him and Carlos Perez, they're both expected to probably split between DH and behind the plate, which if you follow Miami baseball for any recent time, that's not abnormal. It's usually pretty common. We've got a bunch of talent, so Gino tries to get their bats in the lineup at least.
Right, we got to replace 3 outfielders too. Who you think's going to take those spots?
Honestly, I think it's going to be pretty wide open. I expect a lot of, early season between the Townsend and Harvard series, which are the first 2 weekends of the year, both at home. I think it'll be plug and play. I think Gino will play the hot hand. Got a freshman out of Delaware who is highly touted, and I think he'll end up being the truth. We just, freshman baseball players are hit or miss. You just got to give them. Coming from Delaware, no offense, but as a Northeast kid, you probably play 20, maybe 22 games a high school season. It's cold. Right. It's rainy. You start your year indoors. It sucks. Just give the kid time to adjust. He had a good fall. all reports so far. I mean, he's had a good spring. So we'll see. It's a young team. Like, pretty much every projected starter is either a true sophomore, a freshman, or a COVID third year. So, I mean, you got a lot of young kids. I'm really high on CJ Kafis. He's stepping in for Alex Terrell, who obviously transferred to FSU.
Mm-hmm.
Traitor.
Yep.
I mean, for my blood pressure, love the kid, but it's for the best. I think Kafis is going to step in and crush. I mean, he's a good left-handed bat. He's solid defensively. So, I mean, young team, but, I mean, anywhere preseason-wise, we're looking, depending on ranking, anywhere between 18th and 25th. So, I mean, we've got a good young squad. Obviously, it's long season. Conference play is going to be crucial. But, I mean, I expect a good season. I expect at least a regional, if not, getting to a super. Best case scenario, Omaha. That's my personal goal, but that's 30 years of, dealing with Canes baseball. I was a spoiled young man.
I know, because we were good in football and baseball back then. But right now the Canes are picked to finish third in the Coastal behind Georgia Tech and Duke.
Duke's got a lot of young talent. They're preseason projected to have the freshman a year, depending on publication. Kid's good. I mean, personally, like being in Charlotte, Chris Pollard coached at App when I was in high school, coached a bunch of buddies I went to college with. Kid's good. Like he's a great head coach. A little tough around the edges, but good winner. And he's made Duke a respectable program. So they're nothing to laugh at. We actually go to Durham first weekend in April. So that'll be a good series.
That'd be a good test right there. Yeah, absolutely. So who do you feel should be the starting three pitchers for the Kings this year so far from what you've heard or seen from the little spring game they had? I know, what is it, tomorrow night that they got the alumni game? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I believe that's tomorrow, or tomorrow Saturday. So yeah, I believe that's tomorrow.
12th, yeah.
And I mean, I think
I know is nothing, just
it's still important. I mean, think about our alum. Like, that's no slouch of a lineup.
No, right. You're right about that.
So, I mean, I personally, I think Rosario will be your Friday night guy. Palmquist, I guess, will be our Saturday starter. Okay. I think the kid will be fine in the rotation. I think his best value is in the pen. And then Sunday, I think, could be a toss-up. I mean, maybe you get some John Garland action, who, for the most part, was your midweek Wednesday night guy. Slash long reliever, slash thrown into a pinch. But that would probably be my top three. Maybe it plays out differently as far as Sunday. Just kind of depends. I think early in the year, like, we'll give a couple of guys a shot, and then maybe Gino or JD more specifically will make his permanent decisions.
Gotcha.
Because you've got a young staff. JP Gates is out for probably till conference play, and he's been a two-way guy his whole career between first. I think he's played a little bit of outfield. He's also been a left-handed arm out of the pen. Good pitcher. I personally prefer him pitching to hitting, but that's obviously personal preference.
Gotcha.
So I think it'll be good.
So Townsend.
Ideal world, JD.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I apologize. But so ideal world, Palmquist figures it out and just goes back to the pen and absolutely slams the door come conference time. But that's why it's a dream world.
Right. So I haven't really looked up anything on Townsend. How did they finish last year?
Last year in CAA, I want to say they finished middle of the pack. it's Townsend. Like,
Right.
it's weird because traditionally we've probably started with Rutgers almost every year I've been alive. Not sure why that is, but as a Jersey native, it always worked out well for me. So they finished out okay.
What's their projection like this year?
They're projected. I want to say they're middle of the CAA.
Okay, so
Like,
we shouldn't have any issue with Townsend. FAU should be a little rough.
It's the first weekend of the season. Anything can happen. But no, on paper,
keyword being should.
Should, yeah. I mean, Townsend right now, per D1 baseball, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, they finished 21-36 last year, but they were 11-12 in conference. So, like,
that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a long season. I take more, trust in your conference record. I mean, clearly they're tough. They don't play in that week of a conference. Like,
right. Well,
you have
it's
Wilmington, you
too.
have College of Charleston. Elon is a traditional power. Pretty much every Southern school in the conference is tough. Northeastern went 20-3 last year with a 36-12 overall record, which is kind of surprising as a Boston school, but
So March 4th. So March 4th starts the first night of the matchup against Florida. We have, we have the 3 against Townsend, 1 against FAU, 3 against Harvard before we meet them. How do you think we're going to be going in?
It's UF. It's a rivalry series. Anything can happen. We get them at home, which we took 2 out of 3 last year in their ballpark, which surprised me to death.
Right, but yeah, because the year before.
Yeah, the year before we just didn't know how to run the bases. That's what that came down to.
Yeah, exactly.
I came down for that series and was disappointed.
Yeah,
but no, UF's tough. UF will always be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, we played them better than we played FSU last year. We got embarrassed.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a football score for 3 games. So
yeah, that's embarrassing.
But I mean, UF's tough. It's them and Vandy, and Arkansas and Ole Miss. I mean, it's the whole SEC. The SEC makes 5 of the top 12 teams in the country, depending on poll. So it's always a dogfight.
I gotcha.
But it'll be good. I mean, I have faith. It all comes down to Friday night.
Right.
If Rosario can come out and deal, I mean, against probably a kid who's going to be drafted first round because it's UF, then we take the momentum. We lose, it could be a long 3 days.
Could be a long 3 days. I agree. Matt, anything you want to add to that? I mean, because it's preseason, you can't really get into too much,
I'll be 100% honest with you. You're mentioning names, and I have no idea who any of these people are.
That's all right. We forgive you.
I played baseball, most of my life, but I don't know. I just never, you know what I mean? But maybe this is the season, huh? I remember I watched one. When was it? I watched one game last season, one Canes baseball game, and they lost, and I was like, oh, I must be bad
you don't
luck.
watch them anymore. Don't watch them anymore.
Don't watch them anymore. I'm a curse.
My blood pressure said the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll watch the opening night game and we'll see what happens. And
we'll see what happens. That'll work.
I'm never watching one again.
We can do that. That'll work.
Yeah.
So that works well. You're West Coast boys. It works out nicely for you.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, it does.
Pros and cons.
To me, it doesn't here in Arizona because we don't change time. So whenever the rest of the world changes times, like right now, I'm an hour ahead of Maddie. In a couple months, Maddie and I are going to be on the exact same time zone. So it's just ridiculous.
To be honest, I wish we just went with that too. I wish there was no time change.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And anymore, it doesn't. I mean, we have lights now. Tractors have lights. I mean, you don't really need the sunlight anymore. So it's all good. Just keep it like it is.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. I don't know. With that being said, boys, I mean, are we gonna hit the last part of the trifecta and talk Canes hoops now, or what are we
Yeah,
doing here?
unless Max, you anything else you want to add to that?
No, I mean, as far as Legends concerned, I'm excited to pump out some content and get this.
I have
get this
one
train rolling.
question. I have one question then. What do you see as like the floor of this team, and what do you think is the ceiling?
Oh,
Floor?
good one.
Yeah.
Personally, if we don't make it the weekend play in the ACC tournament, that's embarrassing. Like I'll be upset.
Okay.
We've got a ton of talent. Like, yeah, they're young, but it's Miami. Like, coach them up. Get out there. Play.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, my goal is always Omaha. I think that's legitimately – the COVID year was the last time I was as confident as I am right now. That team was going to Omaha regardless. Like, that team was stacked. I mean, you got two guys that were popped in the first 80 picks on the staff. The team was loaded. So my confidence is high. I say, you know what? Minimum regional. I want to host a regional. And then I want to host a super. And then I want to go to Omaha. Like, I don't think that's completely – I mean, it's a long season. Anything can happen. Injuries, knock on wood. But, like, we've got the talent. We've got the staff. I mean, the staff – if Palmquist is actually a starter, then, okay, you've got two legit arms. We'll figure out Sunday.
All right. Sounds good.
Hey, sounds good to me. You know what we are going to figure out soon? I mean, we got a few games for it to happen, 7 games left. If the Miami Hurricanes are going to be making March Madness, man. And I got to be honest with you, man. We went on that streak. I believe it was 9 games in a row, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Had the game against FSU. It's been a while since we talked hoops. Lost by, was it the first game? Was it lost by 1 or 2? Or were they both 1-point games? I don't even remember. But it was like a one possession game.
Yeah. They were both one possession games.
Yeah.
The game in tally came down to
that foul.
BS
yeah,
foul.
We should have won that game, yeah.
Because it wasn't a foul. But not a foul you call with
exactly
28 seconds left.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the game at home.
That was an interesting game.
I mean, we battled all the way back to just do that. Like, we came back from 17 down.
Portnoy was there. Some other people were there too. We were down. We were down even bigger than that. I think we were down like over 20 at one point. I believe, right? And somehow
I thought we were down 17 at the 10-minute mark.
Okay. At 10-minute mark. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were down a lot. That was a hell of a comeback.
We were down even more at some point, but anyway.
We were down like 20 plus at half.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Okay, so we were down like 20 plus at half. Ended up, making a comeback. I don't even want to talk about that one. Lose 2 more games. I mean, we're 4-4 since that win streak. Essentially, we lost to Notre Dame. Which, I mean, it was just a game where
that was a bad whooping too, wasn't it?
No, it was a close game.
No, that was
it was like a 5-6 point game. They're big. They have this guy named Paul Atkinson, who was a transfer from one of the Ivy League schools, I think Yale. Just worked us inside, man. With the type of defense we play. When you play small ball and you pressure and trap a lot, big guys are going to get open. And unfortunately, he's a highly skilled guy. So he just kind of got open buckets. I think the one thing, too, that we've kind of struggled with that game, Notre Dame and Virginia, this team is at its best when we force turnovers and we can get out in transition. We've kind of proven that we can still win games when we're not shooting really well. I mean, we beat Duke away and we didn't even shoot that well. We shot like 30% from 3 or like even under 30% from 3.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, and their field goal percentage was even higher than us, but we forced turnovers. That's the biggest thing. If we're forcing turnovers, that's when we're at our best, you know. And those two games, Notre Dame, I mean, they have really good guard play. They're one of the best in the country at taking care of the ball. So I think that's kind of something that gave us trouble. What's up, Mr. HD? And then the Virginia game, man, they won that. They ran that 1-3-1 zone. It gave us a lot of trouble. The thing about the 1-3-1 zone is when you have a lot of guys that like to get to the basket and slash, it really takes that away. And I would have liked to see them utilize Sam Wardenberg in the passing situation, like going to the high post essentially and stuff, and guys moving more off ball. That's kind of what you have to do against that zone. You're going to have open corner shots. That's just how it works. Flash forward to the Georgia Tech game, they kind of ran that 1-3-1 zone. I don't know if you guys noticed, and gave us trouble. We were down like 20, I think, at one point in that game. Ended up coming back. We figured out how to get to the basket, how to get open looks. So, I mean, moral of the story, man, we got 7 games left. Honestly, I don't know how you feel, Max, how you guys feel. We don't have the toughest ACC schedule. When you look at like the top like 7 teams, you know, in the ACC, I think we have one of the easier ones. Our toughest game is, I mean, coming up next against Wake Forest, playing at Wake Forest.
Yeah,
If we could
winning
even,
in the Joel is tougher than people realize. As a North Carolina native who's gone to multiple games there, when Wake is on, it's a hard place to win.
Yeah, I think so too. And so, I mean, if I had to put like a tier, because if I had to put like a tier system of like the last 7 games, right? I think that the must wins that we have left with this remaining schedule is Pitt. You know, they're 4-10 in the ACC, probably the worst team in the ACC too. Boston College, they're 4-8. And then I would say Louisville. They've struggled a lot. They've lost like 9 of their last 10. They lost their head coach, so I mean that's part of the reason why
mid-season is
it's tough. It's tough. So those 3 games, like I think we will win those 3 games for sure. It's just the games besides those I'm just kind of unsure about. The Virginia, I mean, I talked about that 1-3-1 zone. I think that they're going to run it better than Georgia Tech did. I'm just worried about how we're going to do offensively if we can force turnovers of them and actually capitalize on them, because that's something we did not do last time we played them. And then Virginia Tech. I know we took care of them last game, but I mean, they're still a good team. Kive Aluma is a really good player. They have some other guys too. And the last one's Syracuse. I don't know if you guys remember this game. We were down like 20 in this game as well and came back. Their zone really gave us trouble. They're really, honestly, this is probably the worst Syracuse defensive team I've ever seen. Like under Jim Boeheim, they're terrible.
And they have 2 Boeheims.
Yeah, yeah.
They've been doing that since they were born.
The Boeheim buddies, Boeheim bros, man. But honestly, man, they've won their last 4 games, so that one even, and we play at Syracuse too. That's the other thing I should say is we have 2 home games, 5 away games. That's the other thing. It's always hard to win, you know, an away game.
Yeah,
luckily some of the away.
Perry Dome is not an easy place to play, even if they're bad. And that zone, that's the bread and butter of Syracuse basketball.
Yeah, and so the last thing I kind of wanted to just talk about after like going through all those games is, you know, you look at the ACC standings. I believe we're in 3rd right now overall. 9-4 in the ACC. I mean, I don't really think we have a shot at winning, like having the best record in the ACC, but if we can stay in that like 3 range, I think that'll give us a good seeding for the ACC tournament. Good chance to make, you know, the tournament without worries. You look back the past few years, I was kind of curious to see how many ACC teams made the tournament each season. So in 2020, 7 teams made it. 2021, In 2019, 7 teams made it, and then in 2018, 9 teams made it. This is definitely a down year in the ACC, so I would honestly say probably like 5 or I would say maybe 6 teams, if I could say. It might be a little bit of a reach. It just depends how things do. I think that the thing that kind of changed my perspective on this is that I thought the WCC was going to have a few more teams, but some of those programs have lost games of recent, and so I don't think they're going to have as many teams in the tournament. It just depends how other conferences are. You know, the Big East is pretty deep this year, so they could have a good amount of teams in the tournament. SEC as well, you know, and obviously the Big Ten is the Big Ten, and the Big 12 are still, you know, animals in college basketball. But I mean, I think it was Joe Lunardi came out with a bracketology today, like an updated one, and he has Miami in the last 4 in. I don't know how I agree with that. I would put them more towards the last 4 buys when you look at the other teams that are here that he has ranked. I think that he kind of has us undervalued, but, you know, got to control your own destiny and finish the season off strong, right?
Right.
I mean, I think tomorrow's huge, straight up.
Yeah.
We win tomorrow. I mean,
if we win tomorrow, I'm going to be so relaxed. I'm going to be so chill.
Yeah. I mean, they're 10-4. We're 9-4 in conference. I mean, that puts us both at 10-4 with us with the tiebreaker, and it's a road victory.
And they play Duke too, so they still have that game.
See which Duke team shows up.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's a good point. We'll see which Duke team does show up. I mean, the only other teams, because Notre Dame has the tiebreaker on us, right? And then
if we somehow get hot, Duke has the tiebreaker, or we have the tiebreaker on Duke.
Yeah, we have the tiebreaker on Duke. The only other team, I mean, if we lose to Virginia, then that might cause trouble. And then Virginia Tech, I don't know what their record is.
They're 6-7, 14-10 overall.
Yeah, so it just depends how they close out the season as well.
Juice is 7-6. 13.
Yeah,
11
the only thing about Syracuse, they got a really tough. Like if you look at their schedule, I think they have Notre Dame, Duke. I think they might even have Wake too. They have
they finish with.
Read it off.
They got VT tomorrow.
Yeah, that's who it was. VT.
Then BC at home, GT at home, at Notre Dame, Duke coming to them, and then they finish in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, UNC too. That's a tough ending of the schedule. The other 2 games, you said Boston College, and I forgot the other one, but
yeah, Boston College, and it just dipped out on me.
It's all good, but yeah, those 2 games winnable, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting how the ACC is gonna be at the end of this.
Oh, Notre
season.
Dame too.
Yeah, Notre Dame. That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, man, boys, we talked all 3 major sports.
And we can mention Canes hoops for women.
Oh yeah.
They're 12-9. They got 7 games left as well. They got FSU tomorrow night.
Oh, always got to beat FSU. I don't care what it's in, man. Could be checkers. Got to beat them, dude.
I'm sorry. Sunday night or Sunday afternoon.
Okay. Caniacs, man, you forgot.
No, it's
Who's
all good.
Sponsoring us, bro.
I got the SeatGeek sponsor up there. I got them down on the little ticker.
Oh, there you go.
We appreciate SeatGeek for sponsoring our video, you know, because SeatGeek is the ultimate sports ticketing app. They have a 0 to 10 rating. Green is good, red is bad, so you know you're getting a good deal. All right?
Absolutely.
And when you go over there, make sure you use our code, Canes Call In, and make sure you get your $20 off your first order. We already had a couple people forgot about it, and they're kicking themselves in the butt. But hey, it's easy. It don't cost you a thing. Just buy your tickets because you're going to anyway. Type in code Canes Call In. Help the show out. We would really appreciate it.
Shout out to Stickers by AB as well, too, man.
That was
about the fans.
About the
Shout out to
fans.
him, man. I DM'd him about a personal project and stuff. So, and he's
Him and
always
Jordan.
helpful. Yeah, him and Jordan, man. So
Mhm.
shout out
That
to
whole
those
crew
guys.
over
Go
there.
shop about the fans, man. Go get your
I
Miami
actually just ordered a few
stickers.
stickers from them. Their quality, like,
Dude,
not
they're
upset at all.
legit
Solid.
quality. I honestly, I still have some that I haven't put on anything because like I just don't want to like. I feel like I'm like not wasting them, but I'm like I can never stick it on anything else, right?
Correct.
So I'm like,
Yeah, you got to be selective about where it ends up.
exactly,
Right, exactly.
It's never leaving.
exactly. That's how it is, man. Anyways, man. Hey, Max, we gotta have you
So
on again.
hold on, we're gonna
Oh,
talk about this one more time. I don't think we stressed this enough.
What?
You two guys are contributors for the OBB Legend, which is going to be an awesome thing. I mean, the projection of where those guys want to take that website is, amazing. And I'm very happy for both of you guys. Especially you, Matt, Max, you as well. Man, yeah, I just I mean, it's awesome, man, because that's a big deal. I mean, a lot of people don't understand how big that is. It's like, oh, it's no big deal. It's OBB Legend, but no, they'll see how big of a deal it is, and I can't wait to see what you guys put out. Matt, I know what you got going on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Max,
well,
I
I
know
was gonna
that
say it
Roe
right
is.
now.
Oh, go ahead. You want to go ahead and let it
Yeah.
out? Go ahead.
Well, so I basically approached Roe and I was like, hey, what would you think of branching out your student of the game series? Like, and I did some hoops, He was super into the idea. So I'm going to be doing student of the game basketball. Super excited about that. And then I'm going to cover everything basketball. And then I'm going to write some football as well. So that'll be cool. It's going to be, dude, buckle up, man. Because they got a lot of stuff coming. I'm not going to say everything, obviously.
Right. No.
You
We're just
gotta
going to say what
see
we're
it.
allowed to say.
Yeah, because I'm working with Ro like on a couple other things, and yeah, you don't want to be on the you don't want to be on the outside looking in. You want to be inside on this, yeah. So, but yeah.
And Max, go ahead and tell them a little bit about what you're going to be doing, man. That's awesome.
So I'm not as far along on our thought train as Matty is, but we've kicked around a couple ideas. Me and Ro have talked about some things, and if everything in my head can be executed the way I want it, stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun ride.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
I'm excited. Like, I get it. It's baseball. It's a long season, but it's gonna be a fun year. I'll put it that way.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna definitely be looking for your stuff, man. Whenever all gets started, I got a lot of catching up to do with Canes baseball, man. To be honest with you,
didn't even mention it. Next Friday night, actual opening of the Canes baseball season. Next Friday night.
Yeah.
So it starts. That's why we had Max on this week.
Little Mark Light milkshake action. Unfortunately,
that's it.
I'll be freezing it in Charlotte, but it's life.
It's life, man. It's all good. But yeah, we really appreciate you coming on, man. And hey,
absolutely.
For all you guys out there
listening,
for all you guys out there watching, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Catch us on our podcast on all the major platforms: Apple, iTunes, whatever, Spotify, iHeart. We're on all of them. And make sure you leave whatever. Yeah, you can get them on iTunes if you're on a computer. Whatever. We're there, man. Just get us. We're everywhere. We're not the number one, football podcast anywhere in the world, but it's okay.
I thought we were in India.
Well, I don't know about if we are, but I know that we do have a lot of listeners from India, but that's all right.
Hey, shout out.
It's the second largest city, by the way, in India. I can't even pronounce it.
Bangladesh, wasn't it? Or no?
No, something close to that, but I looked it up. But anyways.
Sri Lanka?
No. I had to look it back up again, but that made me lose my damn train. But anyways, just like, subscribe, listen to us, leave us comments, whatever. We love it all.
Hey.
What are we done? Oh, that's it? Oh.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
But damn, son, y'all are just whipped. Okay, all right, guys. Well, then, thanks for listening.
Dude, you're flustered today, bro. Did you take your meds?
See, you're doing this every day, every single. It's all about the you. Go Canes.
Okay.